Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, where the heck have you been? Seriously, we're at Season 5 now. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, by now, well, I'll go ahead and explain it. Every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. If you'd like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisWeekInDioramas. I hope you guys had a great holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, all of that stuff. I hope you had just an absolute amazing time. I know that not everybody has an amazing time during the holidays, so hopefully if you're in that boat, hopefully things start looking up and start looking a little better for you. The holidays can be a little rough for people, especially when it comes to depression, all of that. So if you are struggling, go get help. Make sure that you get help. Talk to somebody that you trust, or, a professional, because, there's just been a lot of stuff going on in the world. And you know what? We need you guys here. We need you here. We need you watching the show. We need you working on your dioramas. And with that, we've got an awesome showcase lined up. As always, I'm going to be doing the episodes pretty much the same way that I've been doing for the last 4 seasons. It's going to be pretty much the same. We're going to try and stick to about 15 dioramas showcased per episode. This episode's a little different, though, because I just couldn't dwindle it down to 15. So instead, we're doing about 18, which was still really tough because you guys were really busy over the holiday. I swear I remember there being almost 1,000 less posts on the This Week in Dioramas hashtag. If you aren't familiar, you can go follow the hashtag on Instagram. Just type it in the search, hashtag This Week in Dioramas, and you can follow it, and then you can see all the work that people are putting in. Last I looked, last year it was in the 20,000 range. Now it's in the 21,000 plus range. That makes it really tough to pick and choose what I'm going to put into the showcase. And that is a great problem. So it's going to be a great year. I just know it. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I've got a finished diorama that I'm going to be working up a video to showcase fairly soon. I know I've been talking about this diorama for, it feels like a couple of years now, and it probably has been. I'm finally posting a finished diorama soon. So be on the lookout for that. Now, because I'm not in school, I'm expecting I'm going to have a lot more consistency with the show. So if you know that people aren't aware of the show, they didn't realize it's coming back, share these videos out, let people know so that they can come in and enjoy. And more importantly, they can use the hashtag and share their work as they're finishing up their dioramas. And that's what we're here for. Dioramas, dioramas, dioramas. That's all we're here for. So let's go ahead and get started with Season 5's first premiere episode. Let's get to the showcase. All right, you guys, I hope you've got a full cup of coffee because we've got a full cup of showcase. We'll go with that. We're going to start off first with Ernst Creations. And let's see. Oh, there is no translation. I'm not sure what this says, but just take a look at this piece. This is absolutely amazing. I love this idea. It's so creative. I've never seen a diorama like this before. And what better way to start off Season 5 than with a diorama style we've never seen before. This is a violin with a diorama built into it, and it looks like it's a workshop for building violins. That's freaking cool. This is so amazing. Just look at the detail throughout here. The stonework, the little lights that you've got with the lamp, and then a light up here. This is absolutely amazing. Look at this. We've got some really cool details with all these little bottles. We've got some wood shavings strewn throughout here. We've got a couple of, work in progress violins down here, and then you've got some completed ones. This is just really stunning work. I'm so impressed with it. It's so unique. God, look at that. These carving tools just look amazing. Wow, you really stepped this up way above and beyond. I mean, this is just absolutely an amazing looking piece. What a great way to start off this season. Awesome job. I can't wait to see even more from you. Next, coming from 5/24/20, drop floor, New York City, door front. Okay, for some reason I can't read right, but this is a work in progress, and this already is looking awesome. Look at this. So if you're familiar with, anything New York City, whether you've been there or not, doesn't matter. We see them on the movies all the time. This is one of those basement entrances, and so this would be street level here, and you're going down. This is also amazing. I've not seen a diorama that I know of that anybody has really tried to accomplish this, and so far you are nailing it. The brickwork is really clean. This door looks awesome. I'm loving the way that looks. Your concrete for the steps looks perfect, and then we've got the wrought iron gate or fence around the edges. All of this just looks awesome. We've already got a little light in there. Dang, I can't wait to see this thing when it is complete. So hopefully you will tag it. Let us know when it's done, if it's not already, because this was posted a little while ago. Next, coming from Lionheart Dioramas, this is a really good looking piece. The detail in here is just top notch. So let's see, 1/12 mini battle scene. Just look at this, look at the detail. So we've got a bunch of mosses, we've got damage throughout the walls. This little guy looks cool. I've never seen a little action figure like this with the little nose, like it's kind of Pinocchio slash, I don't know. It looks amazing. But back to the diorama, just look at all the detail on here. On the sidewalk, the paint apps look amazing. I'm just really digging on this. You really have nailed it. Wow, this looks so good. Look at that. This is so amazing. I love the moss that you've got growing on here. It's so clean, and it's in the perfect spots. And look at this. We got a little pipe. It's growing a little bit on the fixture there. We got a couple of bullet holes. This is just an amazing looking piece. Dang, the talent is just absolutely amazing. So great job on this piece. Next, coming from Give 'em Toys, Kid. Let's see. Oh no, okay, good. We do have, I wonder why I didn't have translation the last time. So let's see, it still didn't. Well, that's not a very good, translation. Anyway, we'll just go with it. This piece looks amazing. There's a lot of detail on here. I love this front, I don't know what you'd call it. I want to call it a portico, but that's wrong. Anyway, stonework looks great. All of the detail on this gate and on the wall just look superb. You did an amazing job. I would love to know where these came from. If they are some sort of like resin pour, if they're hand sculpted, how you did it, where they're both basically identical. This has to be some sort of a pour or something rather than hand sculpting, because I mean, they're so identical. So if you're in the comments, let us know where these came from. All of the details, maybe it's 3D printed somehow. All of this just looks awesome. I love the thatch roof. What is that made out of? It looks really good. It's definitely got like a kind of a fabric kind of look. Maybe it's that twine stuff that you can get. That could be what it is. That just looks so amazing. This thing is just absolutely a banger. Yep, it's definitely that twine stuff. Great idea. I'm digging on it. Dang, you really did a great job on this piece. So far, everybody has just nailed it. Okay, this one coming from Kaiju Blocks. First project for 2023. It's a work in progress still, about 70% done, and it looks awesome. Again, everybody's doing just a great job. Brickwork looks great, but really what is drawing my eye right now is the graffiti on this door. There's so much of it, and it just looks so good. It's popping with this light, and yeah, it's just looking so good. I can't wait to see what it looks like complete. If you haven't already finished it, please make sure that you tag it with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas, just like we always ask. And this looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. Great job. This next one coming from 730 Dios. Let's see. It is a 1/12 scale Dojo, finally finished. And this looks stunning. This looks absolutely amazing. It looks so realistic. Really looks like it's a shot from a movie or something. The cinematic lighting that you've got with the sunlight peering in from the windows over here. And these windows look awesome. I love the way that turned out with the grid. All of the little accessory details in here look amazing. They're scaled perfectly. I mean, it really does look like this is just a real room. So if you're punking us, not cool. The gong, where did you get the gong? That looks amazing. It really does look super realistic. I can't get over it. How realistic all of this looks. Dang it. Look at that floor. That looks so good. Okay, so here's a work in progress, proving that this is not real and that it is a diorama. So thank you for that. God dang, this is just absolutely amazing. So great job. All right, this next one is coming from Plast Toys, and I gotta say, this is one of my favorites. It's really not that difficult or complex of a diorama piece, but I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love Peter B. Parker. I love all of that movie. And this just captures it so well. It's scaled perfectly. It is a bus stop, one of those little, enclosures that you have to sit in. And it just looks awesome. I love the graffiti that you have on here. It's not too much. It's just the right amount. We've got a couple of little signs. We got some accessory pieces on the ground, and it just looks awesome. I really like the paint apps that you've got on the metal. It really does work very, very well with this. I just think you did a great job with the construction and the ground. And look at this. This just looks so good. You did a great job on it. So awesome. This next one is coming from Tears from Titan. And let's see, I still need to figure out a roof for this thing, but the rest is mostly done. Bourbon helps, right? Yeah, bourbon definitely helps. It helps stop my hand from shaking when I'm trying to do something fairly detailed. Really like the color of the stone with, we've got some green light that's showing in, and I like that, but I really like the gray tone that you've got. It's not just a single gray. There's a couple of different tones of gray in here, which really gives it a nice look and feel. But yeah, that light coming in and shining and giving some of it green, I'm guessing that's light. If it's paint, that's really cool. Nah, I think it's light. Looks awesome though. You're painting it with light is what you're doing. All of the accessories in here just look awesome with this piece. It just really comes together. I'm really digging on all of it. But the uniqueness of the fact that this is curved and we've got a circular floor, that's awesome. That is awesome. You don't see that very often. We've showcased a couple dioramas that have a round floor, and it always looks so good. Looking at all of these little accessories, the table looks awesome. I love seeing that nice big wood grain, gives it kind of a cartoon comic feel, and it just really works very well. Bookshelf looks awesome. These books really do look very, very nice. I like the way that you painted them. All of this really works. You did a great job on it. This one's coming from Articulated Plastic Customs. And let's see, there's no description. So something to note is when you're posting something like this on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, do your best to put a little description of what it is that we're looking at. Now, this is a reference picture from what I can gather. It's the Friendly Grill Restaurant and Deli. And if we cycle through, we're going to see work in progress of this piece being replicated. Already, I can tell this is a banger of a diorama. I just love the way that this looks. It's so clean, very nicely done. And now we've got some paint on here, and this is just looking really, really cool. I really dig it. I think you did a great job. The lights look awesome. Let's go back and see these signs. Look at that. That is awesome looking. Yeah, you must have put in a lot of time and effort on this to do this, and it just is already looking really, really nice. So great job on this piece. This one's coming from Joker Laugh. This is my diorama of Tim Curry's version of Pennywise from the movie It. Let's see, YouTube video documenting the build. So if you're interested in seeing the build, go check it out right there. He's got part 2 of the build as well. I really like all the foliage that you've got on here. That really adds to it. The fact that you've basically framed this in, gives it that nice completed feel as though this were something that you picked up off the shelf, but it has that very nice art to it, that it doesn't feel manufactured. You can see that it's been handcrafted, and it just looks awesome. Yeah, you just did a great job. You nailed it. I would love to see a couple more angles, so I'll probably have to go check out the YouTube video to see a little bit more of this, but awesome job. All right, this next one is coming from our friend Sage JDG, one of my last dioramas for this year, a Nendoroid scaled castle dio for a friend of mine. Let's see, Nendoroids are an interesting scale to work with, but it was a really fun challenge. As a bonus, the walls can be mixed and matched without the base to create different setups, and the balcony is freestanding to be used on its own. Now this guy, if you're not familiar with him, his work, he always does just superb work. The paint apps are always just awesome, and this piece was really unique. And like he said, he hasn't worked in this scale. It looks awesome. I love it. I love these little stained glass windows. Those look amazing. These windows underneath them also look great. There's kind of a bit of a frosting to them, so you can put some nice lights behind them. It'll glow really, really well. The stonework here, very clean, nicely painted, and then all of the architecture around this piece just looks awesome. Look at these little clover leaves cut out into the balcony banister thing. Just looks so cool, and it really fits the style of those Nendoroids. It just looks awesome, so great job. Okay, this one's coming from Chico's Creative Hands. Let's see, Viking Tavern in 1/12 scale, 38 inches by 16.5 by 14.5, 25 magnets, 25 screws as counterpart. And so that's an interesting idea. Instead of having doubling the number of magnets that you use, and I've done this on some of my dioramas, is you use one magnet and then you use metal for the other side that it's going to connect to. As long as the metal you're using is magnetic, you don't have to use twice the magnets. But if you really want a strong connection, sometimes you need to use both of those magnets. But like Chico's Creative Hands is telling us, you can just use metal if it doesn't need to be an extremely strong connection. And this piece just looks awesome. I love the stonework. It looks very, very nice. I love the variety that you have in the color tones. This is all collapsible, which is kind of important when it comes to dioramas, to be able to have things collapsible. That way then, especially if you're selling these things, whoever the buyer is can knock it down, put it into storage if need be, because these things do take up a lot of space sometimes. So look at all these little accessories. The shields alone are just so cool. I love the way that those look. Everything just looks awesome. It all comes together and it fits the style very well. Digging on these little pieces of furniture where you've got some fur on the chairs, that's an awesome touch. Just a lot of great detail throughout this piece. If you're not familiar with his work, you should get yourself familiarized. Go follow him. Make sure that you're leaving a like and liking and following. How am I saying this? Make sure that you are leaving a like and following people on their Instagrams to give them a little bit of love. Just watching it on the show is great, but people like to get that feedback as to knowing whether or not people are seeing their work and enjoying it. So please go do that. I'll be doing that after I'm done with recording the episode, so that everybody's going to get a like from me as well, for whatever that is worth. But I just want to say great job on this piece, and as always, I'm looking forward to seeing more. This one's coming from Trollborg. So a first glimpse to the backside of my treasure chest world. This has so much detail in it. So I'm going to assume that you're either from Norway or Sweden. I know Norway has big lore with trolls. I actually just recently watched the Trolls. It's a new Trolls movie, not the animated one, but a new Trolls movie from Norway, and I really enjoyed it. It was really well done. I have Norwegian in my family history, and I would love to find out where my family truly came from in Norway, but I just haven't had the time to really put in that effort. Anyway, let's get back to the diorama. This just looks awesome. I love all the details. There's so much foliage and grasses and all of that. The trees look awesome. The little hut here, oh, it looks so good. We've got a little bit of lighting inside of it and then a little campfire. It just looks absolutely amazing. Your work is so good. And every time I see that you've posted, I'm excited to see it. And now that we are back with season 5, I'm sure we'll be showcasing some more of your work in future episodes. This next one coming from Project Piper Custom. So let's see, it's a Project Detail Volume 2, complete Alien vs. Predator Temple diorama, and this looks awesome. First thing, this looks amazing. If this is 3D printed, hand sculpted, whatever, it looks awesome. I love seeing the runes here, and look at on the ceiling. There are runes all on the ceiling here and down around here. It just looks, oh wait, is that mirror? I think those are mirrors. That's a great, oh no, it's in a detail, so that's the glass. But it gives a really nice effect with that reflection. I'm digging on that. I like the little light that you've got up here, and it looks like there's some light up on the ceiling there as well. This just really turned out awesome. Dang, you did a good job. And look at, we've got a little bit of cutout here in that floor piece. Again, just everything about this looks awesome. I love the lighting that you've got. Dang, that is so good looking. Great job. This next one's coming from Tristan. Okay, let's see. Tristan T. Amson. I hope I'm kind of close to how that's supposed to be said. So all it says here is lanterns. So we've got these lanterns here. This just looks awesome. We showcased one of your works back in season 4, and the styling of this just looks so awesome. I love the wood. It really looks like legit old wood that you'd see in some medieval sort of place, and it just really works. I think you did a great job with it. I love the windows here. It's just this single picture. I wanted to make sure that I could showcase it, and it just, there's so much cool stuff going on with all the angles and different details throughout here. Look at, we've got some bamboo up here helping to construct this building. Dang, that looks awesome. So great job. This one's coming from Dio Studio, another shot with Mulder, X-Files. This is a cool piece. So it's got that sci-fi, kind of like a spaceship sort of feel to it, and it just looks so cool. I love all the caution tape type of warning strips that you've got throughout here. The lighting looks awesome. There's just a lot of really cool details throughout here with the little grates here and here. Not sure what this is, but it's giving us a little bit of a reflection. So I don't know if this is a glass floor or what we're looking at, but it just looks awesome. So great job. This next one coming from Debbie. Okay, let's see. Debbie Madam. Oh, geez. Debbie. We'll call you Debbie. We've showcased your work a few times, and I'm sure I get your name wrong each time. So she does special effects and whatnot, and this piece is so cool. I just love it. So I made my own version of the piranha plant from Nintendo Super Mario Brothers. Tried to make him a bit more creepy with his big sharp teeth. He's slightly different than his game version. Sculpted his fellow in clay, this fellow, and sealed it with a layer of varnish, then primed and painted him. Now let's go eat some friendly plumbers. This thing looks awesome. I love it. I absolutely love this. It's going to look so cool. Just on a desk, it would look amazing. On my desk, if I cleaned up my desk, this would just be one of those focal points that people are just automatically going to be drawn to. And the paint apps look amazing. Look at the way that you painted the teeth, and the gums just looks awesome. This little tongue coming out. And then we look down at the leaf and the stem. Dang it, that looks so good. You really nailed it. This is just so cool. Look at the sculpt work. Wow. The detail, the amount of work that it must have taken to get into that. That is so incredible looking. Wow. I love it. I love it. Can't say anything more. It's just so good. And then last but not least, coming from Caleb Creates, Caleb Hernandez, Hellraiser. This piece looks awesome. I love these little single figure display pieces. You can put so much in such a small space, and I think you've really done it. You've told the story with both the action figure and the diorama. It is definitely getting the point across, and it looks so good. I love seeing the exposed slats underneath the wall. That looks awesome. I love seeing a little bit of the ceiling here. That also is just an awesome addition to the piece. The paint apps look so good with the paint kind of peeling off. Just looks spectacular. I think you did a great job. The floor looks awesome. And again, I love when you guys make these bases that look like they're, you know, part of the diorama, but then also it looks almost like a picture frame of sorts. And then we've got this really nice chain surrounding the name. It almost even looks like it's glowing with the Hellraiser. So this is just an awesome looking piece. All of you guys just did an amazing job with your dioramas. I'm so glad that I can keep doing this show, and I'm so glad that you guys keep tagging your pieces with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. Gives me the best chance to be able to find your work. So thank you, everybody. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all that jazz. Cheers to all of you. What an amazing showcase. The dioramas are just, they just keep getting better and better, and that's all you guys. You guys are just absolutely amazingly talented. Like I keep saying, if there are creators out there that you aren't seeing on the show, it's probably because they're not using the hashtag. So go tell them to use the hashtag. Or if you see amazing dioramas that aren't getting showcased, you can tag them in the comments on that post, or tag me. Now, the tough part about tagging me is it only shows up in my notifications. And as long as I'm on Instagram and wind up seeing it, I might put it into the show. So getting them to use that hashtag is the best way to ensure that they're going to get showcased. So that's my ask to you this season. Go tell it on the mountain, basically. Go tell people about the show if they aren't using that hashtag, and make sure you're using it too. Whether you are a beginner or you are an advanced pro, you're putting out commissions day after day, this show is for you. I want to showcase every skill set, because one of the cool things is we get to see the progression as those beginners get started and they start increasing their talent and their skills. That's just a really cool thing to see, and I've seen a lot of you grow over the last couple of years. So thank you. I've rambled on enough. Let's get you into the rest of your weekend. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and get to painting. Have a good one, everybody.
If you try, you just